Hello, everyone. First of all, sorry it's been a little while, fortnight or so. But sometimes things just get in the way. Everything can get in the way. No way around it. So, now that I'm back, and summer has definitely arrived here, even though it's a bit moody the past few days. We've had temperatures up in the 30s already, and it's only May. The portents for the summer are great, but also damn hot. Now, I'm going to do my utmost to keep this relatively short today. 10 minutes if I can manage it. And what I'd like to speak to you about is something that happens to me frequently, and that's letting things pile up in more ways than one. Mentally, things pile up, and the easiest way of dealing with things mentally is by being very Shakespearean and procrastinating. It's easier to do it mentally. When it happens physically, and you already have a proclivity for allowing this to happen, when you don't feel all that well, believe me, your living area can look very, very, very unattractive, even to somebody like myself. Yeah, I could probably live in I won't say a pigsty, that's not what I want to say, but yeah, being a man, you can put up with a lot more. Our tolerance as men for untidiness is quite high, even though I've known many, many men who are extremely, extremely tidy. And I am myself when I work, very tidy in fact. But then when it comes to looking after your own space, it is just so easy to sit there day after day after day after day and think, there's nothing wrong with that. How many cups have we got left in the press? How many plates? We've got loads of plates. And believe me, I do it. And for many reasons. For what happens upstairs with the goblins, but also by habit. These are male hormones, after all, that are in charge. It's, you get out of your pit one day. Pit is your bed, by the way. And you waltz up to the kitchen, and you find that you have nothing left from which you may drink. No piece of crockery from which you may eat. And you're probably down to your last ladle that may be used to eat. This is what happens, believe me, especially when you live on your own. Now, you try and limit yourself to one of everything, and you do. Every time you eat, you use one of everything. You go, and that solves the problem. Use one of everything. Now, that extends to other things, especially washing clothes. You think, well, I can probably get another 3-4 days out of whatever I happen to be wearing, including undergarments, foundation garments, they would be called once upon a time. Should that include undergarments? I don't know, but it's not true. What you're wearing on top, might get a couple of days out of the foundation garments, in fairness, if you haven't been exerting yourself. But this is what happens in your life. You think, well, you're not doing anything special for any person, so why would you make the effort? You see, actually, what I'm getting at is it becomes very comfortable. It becomes a very comfortable way of living. Now, is it good or bad? I don't know, but it's comfortable. Physically, it's comfortable. You don't want the mushrooms to start growing in places. That's bad. You don't want cultures that are unknown to science to be found either. It's when you don't have a person in your life. It doesn't matter. No, I'm fine. No man does an island, but I'm fine. I'm okay. It's not something I need. But I'd imagine there are many of you out there for whom it's important. And it can be difficult and it can be demoralizing to keep up appearances in the home, your abode, and outside, keeping up that appearance in the hope that one day you'll meet someone. I fully understand and I wish you all the best in finding that person you need. It's only a person with whom you can speak. And I've said this before, being able to speak to somebody has great value. It's highly undervalued as means of keeping people sane. It's highly important, highly instructive for the other person to learn about somebody else. That goes both ways. Now, when I say that it's very easy to be untidy, it is. And you become untidy in all your habits, mentally, physically, and because it is a type of hygiene. I'm not saying don't be lax. Of course we can be. I'm terribly untidy. Not when I work. I don't always work. I haven't worked for quite some time now. But I'm not. I'm quite assiduous when I work. But, you know, it's one of the great things. And it's, you know, there's something in our family. Many members of my family have this. My family in Ireland, my family here in France, where I would sweep the floor with a broom, okay, a sweeping brush. Sweep all over the place, sweep, sweep, sweep. And what you'd find is that you move the brush after that person has finished sweeping the floor. And what you'll find is the little pile of dirt, which they've spent 15 or so minutes sweeping up around the house, will end up behind the brush. I do it myself. As we say, you can't beat breeding. And these are just habits you pick up. But it can also mean that you allow things to pile up and to pile up and to pile up. And I do. And it's not good. It's not good. You come down and it makes you even, in my case, when I've had a few bad days lately, in the past fortnight, in fact, before that, you look at it and you go, oh, dear, I can't deal with this. All you do is finish whatever you're doing, and you get to it. And you feel better doing that. Now, it it's never ending. It's a never ending habit, but it ends when you run out of things to use. You know, I could, drink straight from the teapot. It wouldn't bother me. Um, so, it's our behaviour, but it's also the behaviour where things aren't going well here, and it's just you just allow things to mount up, to mount up, to mount up, because in as much as we spiral, we're quite happy allowing things to pile up and pile up. Because eventually you don't see it after a while. You only see it when it becomes a problem, when you got nothing left to use. Happily, there's quite a store of stuff here in these cupboards behind me. But it's not a way to live. Now, I could pan around and show you the, the mountains of things, of greater or lesser heights. But I shan't. Suffice to say, and you must believe me, they exist. But it's also a way of me telling myself, Kelly, come on, you can't let this go on. Because as much as there's this symptom on the inside, there's even more on the outside, believe me. There's quite a parish around this house, and it needs to be catered to as well. So, look, this was just a way of saying, you know, don't do what I do. What happened is I'll blitz it every now and then, and I'll say that's it, and but then it'll mount up again and again. It's as we say, putting things on the long finger, and in my case, the very long finger. The great Irish phrase, putting things on the long finger. It's symptomatic of what's going on, but in a way, it's a help. It can be a hindrance. You can see it as a hindrance or as a help. It's an indicator, and we take it as we will. You can say there's nothing wrong with a blind eye. You can go, Jesus, lads. When did we run out of cups and plates and bowls and cutlery? Because they're all in the sink, attracting vermin. Look, we all have our accumulations. Whatever way we accumulate things, they exist. How do we deal with it? Well, we pick them off when they arrive in our lives. I think is probably the best way. That's what I'm thinking anyway. It's a novel approach, I know. I will do my best to pick off things as they arrive. I mean, one of my bugbears is administration, any sort of administration. An administrative task for me is, oh well, it's it's like getting an enema from a hedgehog. It's just that level of pain, inconvenience, but we must grow to accept them. Now, after leaving that image in your heads, I shall leave you and say that, I know I said before I would try to be more punctual with my presentations, and I shall. Just the last 2 weeks have been, medium. So. But I'm back now, at least. I have some sort of a smile on my face. So I'll be in touch fairly soon, I hope. I hope this has left you with a few ideas about clearing away your own mess. I certainly have got one, like I said, inside and out. And I must endeavour to deal with them. My own good. Right, now I shall leave you and leave you with this. Be happy, be well, be safe. If you have a god or a goddess, may your god or your goddess go with you. And I shall speak to you all soon.